Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. Well, we're on the heels of the wild Golden Bachelor finale. This Thursday, we have Bachelor in Paradise finale. We'll have a before finale and after finale live stream. But let's discuss the ratings, the huge ratings. We always like to dock ratings. I mean, since I've been covering this channel for the last 3 years or so, ratings have only slid and been in decline. But now we've got a ratings boost, the best Bachelor ratings in 3 years. We'll get into the story right now. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals, patreon.com/Dave Neal for behind-the-scenes bonus content. And don't forget the morning and afternoon pop culture podcast, Bachelor Rush Hour. We have all of your entertainment and Bachelor news in one place. You know, there's so many stories that don't quite make it into the YouTube channel, little tic-tacky things, Instagram this, spat that, and if you want to catch all of those, it's on the podcast, Bachelor Rush Hour. Okay, so before I get into what actually went down with the ratings, I did want to highlight that if you are on the Patreon today, you're going to get a first look at our gender reveal. That's right, we did the gender reveal and have a pretty wild video for you if you want to watch. We did it over the weekend. You can see which Bachelor alumni are actually there if you want to have any teasing and want a preview of that. Go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'll air that live at the 10 a.m. Pacific time hour. And then if you're not in the Patreon, you'll get it later on. Okay, let's do it. Don't forget, by the way, today we're featuring Leslie and Sierra. Those are our moms we're featuring for the Christmas wish list. Sierra said, "I've had several stays in the hospital this year, leaving me in a ton of medical debt and using credit cards to pay for necessities. I can't afford to get my daughter toys for Christmas this year. Any help is appreciated." And her daughter's Liliana, 5. What a beautiful name. Leslie's son, Lucas, is 3 and said, "I had my son when I was 21 during COVID lockdowns. It's been just us and my mom for the last 3 years. My son recently was diagnosed with a speech delay and autism. Despite that, he's been the sweetest boy. He loves Mickey Mouse and toy cars." And we'll have the link to our different parents of the day in the comment section below if you'd like to donate any Christmas gifts for the Christmas season. We really appreciate that. We have all of the links to everyone we're donating to this Christmas season. So if you want to wipe them out right now, by all means, the sooner the better. Help the moms communicate with Santa Claus as they figure out what sort of gifts to get. Okay, let's jump into it. And again, thank you for giving me the chance and the time to use my platform to share a little Christmas cheer with you. Golden Bachelor finale reaches 6.1 million viewers. Biggest Bachelor episode in nearly 30 years. No, okay, in nearly 3 years. 6.1 million viewers tuned in to see who Gary Turner would propose to on Thursday night after 2 months of wooing women of a certain age. That marks not only a series high, but the most watched episode of any series in the Bachelor franchise since the conclusion of Matt James' season in 2021. Now, as you remember, the conclusion of that season is when Chris Harrison getting fired began. You know, the idea that he was going to take a break and apologize and this and that. And some people boycotted, and then, some people got burnt out on the show and all the other things that went down. Watch The Golden Bachelor. When The Golden Bachelor premiered September 28th, it brought the long-running ABC franchise its biggest debut since 2021 with 4.4 million viewers. Viewership dipped down to 4.3 million and then 4 million with episodes 2 and 3, but steadily grew from that point forward. Episodes 4 through 8 reached 4.1, 4.4, 4.8, 4.9, and 5.3 million viewers, respectively, according to fast national data reported by Nielsen. Again, these aren't the only stats that matter. The show cost them such little amount of money to produce. It's, you know what I mean? They don't pay the contestants. We don't even know if Gary got paid the full amount. Who knows? I mean, you know what I mean? They got the AARP discount. We don't know what's going on over there. But the fact that they're getting 6 million views off of a show that was produced and only took a few weeks to film, not bad. Among adults aged 18 to 49, Thursday's episode earned a 0.8, the highest key demo rating for a Bachelor franchise episode since the finale of Rachel Recchia in Gabby Windy's season of The Bachelor in 2022. Okay, so not long ago. Starring 72-year-old Turner in the inaugural Golden Bachelor, the series is produced by Warner Brothers Unscripted Television in association with, okay, no one cares about that. So the Golden Wedding will be aired on January 4th. We'll have a little bit more information about that in a second. In an interview with Variety, when asked if he thought it was truly possible to find love on television, Gary Turner said, "I do. At first, I thought there's no way. I was really skeptical, but as I've thought about it and I've seen the process evolve and so forth, I really do think it's possible." So we'll see. I'm hopeful, very hopeful. And again, we got the spoilers. He found love. Now, I'm going to go over to Instagram here because we actually got some late breaking information that I want to share with you right in the moment here, that Reality Steve actually has the location for the wedding. So let's jump on over to Reality Steve here and see what he had to share. We might have missed a Q&A. It's gone now. He did a Q&A over the weekend, but it looks like the wedding is actually going to be January 4th at La Quinta, and that is where Tayshia Adams and Claire Crowley had their season. So it's going to be at the same location. So, again, does this mean the location is haunted because no one could find love there? I don't think so. I think it's a nice spot. And by the way, I'm not here to, there's two groups of people that love the desert here in California, and that's the gay demographic, and that's also the older demographic. They love a warm. Hey, I get it. I love it too. But here it is, the information. Though the COVID-19 pandemic slowed filming in the Los Angeles area earlier this year, it turned La Quinta Resort and Club, a luxury hotel located 20 miles east of Palm Springs, into a production hotbed. Not only did Olivia Wilde recently shoot scenes for her upcoming psychological thriller, Don't Worry, Darling, at the Spanish colonial revival-style lodging, but the latest season of The Bachelorette was lensed there in its entirety this past summer. That's weird, lensed. I've never heard it described that way. Either way, it's not like a roadside La Quinta. It's actually a really nice resort. And if you don't know Palm Springs, it really is this oasis. Now, you don't want to go there in the summer. That's when it's 115 degrees. But if I go to weather.com right now, I'm sure Palm Springs is going to be a cool 82 degrees. So let's just because this is important, because if they're going to be shooting in Palm Springs, now it's a little chilly in the morning here, so it says 65 degrees. But, throughout the day, it'll be in the 70s. So, hey, that's perfect, right? 70 degrees, dry weather, very beautiful. Situated on a secluded 45 acres at the base of the Santa Rosa Mountains, with a whopping 796 guest rooms, the sprawling resort provided plenty of space for the Bachelorette cast and crew to quarantine before filming, not to mention an abundance of privacy, a precaution the highly secretive reality series routinely demands. And with 4 restaurants, 41 pools, 23 tennis courts, 2 golf courses, a 23,000 square foot spa, a multitude of grassy expanses, and an impressive 190,000 square feet of event space, the hotel offered a plethora of diverse vistas and venues to serve as the backdrop for the many specialized dates. There's also 53 hot tubs on the premise, and as any Bachelor Nation fan knows, you can never have enough hot tubs when it comes to this franchise. So yeah, Claire Crowley ended up leaving early with Dale Moss, and then Tayshia took over, and she ended up with Zach Clark. Both those relationships fizzled very quickly, might I add. But will Gary Turner and Teresa's fizzle? I hope not. And it looks like they're very happy. She did mention she wanted certain aspects for her wedding to be, I wanted, certain things that they just couldn't do. I'm sure they were like, look, we're going to shoot the wedding with whatever we can get to La Quinta. And the other thing that's nice is it's only a 2-hour drive east of Los Angeles. So you get all your production gear in, you shoot this wedding. They have all of the resort things to fly in all of the Bachelor alums. I'm sure they'll be doing Bachelor interviews. I'm going to be dressed up in my wedding suit. I'm going to make my wife, honey, did you know we're going to put your wedding dress on? Well, we're 20 weeks pregnant, or we'll be 22 weeks pregnant by the time that films. So maybe we won't do the wedding dress, but either way, maybe we'll be able to do a pre and post show live stream and have a nice little after New Year's, because let's just see, hold on real quick. What day is the 4th? The 4th will be a Thursday, and then we'll have essentially 2.5 weeks off before we go into Joey's season of The Bachelor. So, I think Teresa had mentioned she wants her sisters to be the rose. What do they got? Rose girls. What do they got? Flower girls. And so they'll be. And again, a little bit of a change of tradition. No spring chickens there, but they'll be doing the best, and we'll have to see who else makes an appearance. I can guess Chris Harrison won't be there. I think that's safe to say that he won't be there for that season. But will we have a bunch of alumni, Paradise alums? Will there be any proposals that happen there? Who's going to be juking and jiving on the dance floor? So many questions yet unanswered. We'll have all of that for you when it breaks. Any news comes in right here on Bachelor Nation News. And if you want this afternoon, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my thoughts on some new Christmas movies, the new one, Family Switch. If you want to know if it's worth watching or a pass, tune in to today's Bachelor Rush Hour. I'll save you some time. I'll tell you if it's good or not, because the ratings for it were horrible. But I don't go by ratings. I have a curated Christmas rating system that is very unique, and I will share with you that recipe and let you know if it passes my sniff test. And we'll get to other content on the afternoon rush hour. We'll be back with more right after this. And don't forget, if you want that gender reveal, go to patreon.com/Dave Neal.